Hello everyone, it's Meg. Welcome to a new video. If you guys cannot tell by the title of this video, this is a book haul and it is definitely my biggest book haul yet. I have, I think, about 64 books in this book haul, which is quite crazy to be honest. However, these are books that I've collected since like July last year, I believe. And a lot of them are made up from manga because, like I mentioned in previous videos, I discovered manga last year and I started reading it, and yeah, I've just really been enjoying my time. So a lot of the books, probably about half of the books, or just over half of the books actually on this, for this video, are manga. But I haven't done a book haul in ages. I haven't done one since like last summer, so yeah, I'm really looking forward to sharing these books with you guys. I have non-fictions, I have special editions, obviously manga, non-fiction, all sorts of books. And I always enjoy book hauls. I enjoy watching them. They're just like very like comforting, like cozy vibes. So make sure you grab yourself a snack and a beverage because we might be here for a while. Without further ado, let's get into the video. So I'm going to try and do some kind of order, just so then it makes my brain a bit happier. So we're going to start with non-fiction first because that's just the pile that is closest to me. So firstly we have The Story of Art Without Men by Katie Hessel, and this is the paperback. I bought this back in the summer and I've wanted this book for ages, ever since it came out, because I love art and I love like feminism and all that sort of thing, and that kind of combined in a book, it sounds wonderful. So this is basically just about loads of women artists throughout the ages, because obviously throughout time art has been very much dominated by men and women artists have not been celebrated in the way that they should. I haven't actually read this yet, or any of it really. I read like maybe a couple of pages at one point, but I'm really looking forward to diving into this. It'll definitely be one that I kind of dip in and out of a bit more, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading this. I think it's going to be very inspiring, and hopefully I'll find some new artists that I like throughout reading it. Next up we have I Want to Die But I Want to Eat Tteokbokki. I'm not going to pronounce the author's name. I should have researched that before, the pronunciation before this video. It's very bad of me, but there is the author's name. My lights are like washing it out. But I got this when I was in London with my sister back in like end of summer, beginning of autumn. I've seen a lot of stuff about this book. I've heard good things. I've already read it and I have enjoyed it. And yeah, it's just like a interesting kind of like, it's not exactly a self-help, but it's kind of like a memoir about our author and the conversation she has had with her therapist. And I believe there's a second book out, which I don't know if I would physically pick up, but if there's an audio that comes out for it, I think I would definitely listen to that, and hopefully I would enjoy that just as much as well. And the last non-fiction book I think I have on this list at any rate is Hood Feminism by Mickey Kendall. This is a book I've wanted to read for ages. I've just never got my hands on it, but I got it for Christmas, which was really nice. And I am trying to read more non-fiction, and I especially love reading non-fiction about like feminism and all that kind of thing. So I'm really looking forward to reading this. I've heard nothing but good things, and hopefully I will find it very incisive and very inspiring as well. So let's shake it up a bit and do some special editions. These are books that I've got from numerous places. So I think we'll start with the Fairy Loot ones because the first one is on the top of this stack. So I have the Fairy Loot exclusive edition of Gwen and Art Are Not in Love by Lex Croucher. This I got fairly recently, so the colour is purple instead of like the turquoise, and then the sprayed edges are like a sword in the stone. Same with the end papers, and then the cover. This is beautiful. This is so stunning. I would love to display this, but I don't really have the room to do that right now. But I really love this. This is one of my favourite Lex books, and it's also signed by the author as well. So it's really nice to have like a special edition of this book. And then the other Fairy Loot edition I have is of Howl's Moving Castle by Diana Wynne Jones. I read this last year, really loved it, one of my favourite books of last year, and obviously I had to get this stunning edition when I saw it. And it is beautiful, so it's like the original cover design for the original book, like they've had like new covers in paperback. So this is the same design, but it's like holographic, which is really stunning. Obviously it's hardback. Sprayed edges are beautiful. And then the end papers are just like, you know, quite fun. And then underneath we have a beautiful like castle. We have House Castle. And then this has a reverse dust jacket, which I really love, but I think I do prefer the original cover slightly more, just because it's my vibe. But look how beautiful that is. It's got Sophie and Howl on it. Yeah, it's really, really stunning. I'm so glad that I have this, and I have actually just pre-ordered the other two books in this series, the Fairy exclusive editions, which are also very stunning, and they are going to come at some point in the summer, which is exciting. I wasn't going to read them at first, but obviously since those editions have come out, I will definitely be reading it at some point, and yeah, hopefully I will enjoy those as well. I also have another Fairy Loot edition. I was going to include this in like my graphic novel manga section, but we're going to do it now, which is the exclusive edition of Heartstopper Volume 4. Very much long awaited. I love Heartstopper like loads of people on this planet. So this is what the special edition looks like. So it has like a yellowy goldy spine, it has sprayed yellow edges, and then it has cute end papers. And then on the hardcover it has like Nick and Charlie in gold foiling, which is really stunning. I love collecting these editions. There are a lot of editions of Heartstopper about, but I personally am just happy to collect the Fairy Loot ones. And I believe this is also, yeah, this is also a signed edition as well, which is fun. So yeah, very glad to have this on my collection, and we only have one more book to go now, which is sad, but I am really looking forward to reading it as well. And then the last two like special editions I have are Waterstones ones. So we have a recent release which only came out this month, January, from when I'm filming this video, because this video will probably be out like in maybe February, something along those lines, which is Watermoon by Samantha Soto Yambao. And this is the, like I said, the Waterstones exclusive edition. I believe the cover is the same, which is beautiful, but we have sprayed edges, which has like a little like origami boat, and then lovely end papers, and then we have again like a little like foiled origami boats as well. I'm really looking forward to reading this, and I will probably pick it up maybe sometime in the spring. It seems very magical, and I did talk about this in my books I'm most looking forward to reading that are new releases, so you can check that out. I will leave it in the description if you want to go and watch that. And then finally for special editions we have the Waterstones exclusive edition of Spectacular by Stephanie Garber. I've already read this. The book is stunning inside and out. I will tell you that for nothing. So this is like the white, and the like normal hardback of this is black. So the colour change is obviously white. It's got beautiful foiling on it, and then it has really gorgeous end papers as well. And then with all of Stephanie Garber's first editions of her books, they have like different like patterns and stuff like that on the hardcover. So this has like a sweet shop, and then this book is illustrated, which is so stunning. So it's got like black, white and red, so that is like one of the pictures, and there's just lots of like doodles and all that sort of thing in this book. Let me see if I can find you a picture of like the characters. So there's Wonatella, but yeah, this is so stunning, and like I said, I have read this and really enjoyed it, and I'm very glad to add this to my collection. So next I thought I would do the books that I got from my book advent calendar that I had during December. And if you guys don't know, there is a bookshop in Edinburgh called Red Birds Books, and they do a book advent calendar every year. So basically you have 24 windows, and there is a blurb behind each window, and at the end of December you basically choose your favourite blurbs and they send the books to you. So you get 4 books, and these were the ones that I chose. I wasn't like super vibing with them this year, unfortunately, but I'm still looking forward to reading them. And I have already started reading one of them, which is Rosewater by Liv Little. And when I read the blurb of this on the calendar, I was like, I need this. I was like, that is me in a book. And I have seen this book before. I saw it in Waterstones maybe about a year ago, and I thought that looked really interesting and definitely wanted to read it. So obviously I was really glad that I had this like as an option for the calendar. And this is basically about our main character called Elsie. She's 28. She is like a wannabe poet, and she's tired. She lives on minimum wage. She's tired, gal. She's tired, just like me. Like, you're tired, like tortured artist trope definitely plays into this. And I think it's just like a nice like coming of age story. I think it will obviously deal with some like deeper, darker topics. But I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm a couple of chapters in. It's very easy to read, and I believe this is a debut as well. So I'm looking forward to like hopefully seeing what I think. I really hope I enjoy it overall. And Coco Mellors likes it, so it clearly must be a good book. Next up we have Bellies by Nicola Dinnan. I think that's how you say it. And this again was one of the ones that I knew I definitely wanted to choose. And from what it says it's about like boy meets boy, and it's about these two boys living together, and then one day one of them comes out as transgender, and it's about them kind of navigating their relationship and their life whilst one of them is transitioning, and all the ins and outs that come with it and the trials and tribulations. And I've never read a book like that before, so I'm really looking forward to reading this. I really hope I enjoy it. It seems like a book that's definitely up my street and also a very important read. Next up we have The Rachel Incident by Caroline Donahue. I haven't heard much about this book, even though it says it's like been nominated by the TikTok Book Awards. However, from what I have heard, I've heard really stunning things, and even though it's not quite up my street, at least from like the blurb, it seems very interesting. It's about like love and friendship and kind of all sorts of like tangled relations and all that sort of thing. It does seem really interesting, and I think there's a lot of levels in it as well. So yeah, I don't know when I'm going to get to this, but it is definitely intriguing. And the last book that I got from my advent calendar is My Name is Marmee, which I think is how you pronounce it, by Jessica George. This again just seemed like a very fun read. It's about our main character called Maddie, and she's basically, I think it's like kind of like a comedy-esque kind of story. It kind of gives me like Queenie vibes from like the little blurb on the back. And I don't know much about it, to be honest with you. It just seemed one that appealed to me, so I decided to get it. And it seems like, just because of the colour of the cover, seems like a summer vibe to me. So again, really intrigued by this, and like I said, hopefully I will get to it soon. I'm really not looking forward to doing this thumbnail later on. I don't even know how I'm going to do it. You know what, let's just do the manga part first, because that is the biggest part of this haul, so we might as well get it over and done with. So I have 2 graphic novels, and then the rest of this section is manga. So the first graphic novel I have is Nimona by N.D. Stevenson. This was on like a little like bookstall stand that we have at work, where people like donate secondhand books and buy them for like 50p. And this was on there, and I've always seen this around. I don't know much about it, but I was intrigued enough, so I decided to get it. Yeah, I really don't know much about this, but it is one that I've seen around for a while, and it's been made into a Netflix film, so I'm going to give this a go and see what I think. Then the second graphic novel is The Girl from the Sea by Molly Knox Ostertag. God, not oyster, even though that does kind of fit in with the vibe. I've already read this, and this is a graphic novel I've wanted to read for a very long time. I got this off Vinted from Jodie from Vanilla Moon. So thanks Jodie if you're watching this. But this is like a queer, like sapphic love story about our main character and this girl. She's a Kelpie, I think, or a Selkie. She's like one of those like mythical creatures. She's like a seal, but she can turn human kind of after a certain amount of time, something along those lines. But yeah, I did enjoy this. It was like a 3-star vibe, like, you know, fun and like easy, quick read, and I like the art style as well. The art style is like fun and colourful, and yeah, definitely enjoyed it. Now we're on to, like I said, the biggest part of this book haul, I think, which is the manga section. So let's get going without further ado. So the first manga set I have, or like the first 3 volumes, is the Horimiya manga, and I have watched the anime for all of the manga that I'm going to talk about, because that's kind of how I got into reading manga because I watched the anime. But yeah, this is Horimiya. I haven't read this yet. This is my plan to be like the next manga series that I read. So I've got the first 3 volumes here, and then I have ordered a couple of the other volumes at the moment. I just want to buy them all and then binge read them, because that has been the case with the past 2 series that I've already read. This is actually one of my favourite anime series that I have watched so far. I love it. It's like a beautiful, like fun slice of life story. I love the characters. I really love the friendship group as well in here. I think it's really stunning. And I'm really looking forward to reading the manga, and I really hope that I love it, because like I said, I really love the anime. It was probably like my top like 2 or 3 of the year. Really loved it, and like I said, very excited to finally get to the manga. Next up we have the Given series, and there are 9 volumes in this, and I read this over Christmas period and I really enjoyed it. I actually finished rewatching the anime the other day, and again really enjoyed it because I like to rewatch it after kind of reading the original source. I'm going to put this down because it's a bit awkward to carry. So this is the first volume, and I really enjoyed this. I loved the manga, obviously because I got to kind of read all the way through to the end, because we don't know what the ending is like through watching the anime yet. But I love this. I feel like the anime definitely brought like the music element of the story to life as well. But yeah, again, this was really stunning. Really enjoyed it. And I do have a 24-hour readathon, which may be up before or after this vlog, probably before this video, where I read basically all of them in 24 hours, and the ones that I didn't read were in my Vlogmas vlog, so you can go and watch those if you want to hear like more in-depth thoughts. Then we have Sign of Affection, and I haven't read this yet either. I again really enjoyed the anime, and it's a very sweet story. I got the recommendation from Hannah from A Clockwork Reader. She's talked about this series before and she really enjoys it, and like I said, really love the anime, so I'm definitely looking forward to getting to the manga. And then the last manga series that I have to haul and show you guys, I am not bringing the entire shelf because there are like 30 volumes, even though I only have 28 right now. But yeah, I'm not getting them out, it's too much effort, so I'm just going to show you the first volume, which is Kimi ni Todoke. This was the story that got me into anime and manga like properly. I have read like maybe 1 or 2 mangas before, but this was the series that definitely got me into it, because I binge watched the anime series because it was on Netflix, and then I had to like haul like all of the books that I could get my hands on, and I'm still like getting my hands on some of the books because they're quite hard to get hold of. But yeah, I have most of them. Like I said, I think I had 28, I have volume 30 hopefully arriving at some time soon, so I only have volume 29 to get hold of somehow. But anyway, I really love this series. Again, I do have a vlog where I read this series, so if you want to check it out, see my like in-depth thoughts, I will leave it in the description down below. But I think along with Horimiya, this is like definitely like maybe my top 2 that I have like watched and read so far. So yeah, really love the story, and again it's one that I have also rewatched fairly recently because I had finished reading the manga. So now we've got all of that manga out of the way, let's get back to some good old-fashioned fiction. These are just kind of like a mishmash of like adult and YA, so we're just gonna go with whatever is in the pile. So first we have Not for the Faint of Heart by Lex Croucher, which is Lex's second YA book, and it's kind of like a Robin Hood-esque kind of retelling. It's like Sherwood Forest vibes, all that sort of thing. I really enjoyed this book. Again, it's like a queer sapphic book as well, and I love Lex. I love their books and their stories. It was a really fun read. I really enjoyed it, and I've never read a book set in this era, or I don't believe I have at any rate, but it was very fun. Next we have Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. Probably like such a famously like popular book, and I've honestly heard nothing but good things about it. And again, I got this from the bookshelf that we have at work, and I think I'm going to go for the audiobook route just because I have the option for that on Spotify, because they do audiobooks now, which is amazing by the way. I don't know masses about this book, I just know that it's about 2 people and they meet in hospital when they're younger, and then it's kind of about their relationship, and it's also got gaming in it. Don't know much more than that, but I want to give it a go and see what I think, because like I said, I've heard nothing but good things about this book. Next up we have This Winter by Alice Oseman, and this is like the new cover design. Alice has redone all of the cover designs for her books, and this was the last one that I wanted to get, so I do already own the original UK paperback. But I really love this, and I can add it to the collection of like the other designs that I've got because I really enjoyed them. Like I said, I've not got all of the new editions, but this was one that I particularly liked. Next up we have The Dating Equation by Emily Merrill. This book is written by who is a pal on like this community space, and I read this in the summer. Again, really enjoyed it. This is her second adult book as well, and yeah, it was just a really fun read. I'm really looking forward to seeing what she has in store next. We're on to the last pile, guys. We're on to the last pile, nearly there. Next we have Delicate Dream Department Store by Mai Lee. This is actually the last book that I read and the first book that I finished of 2025. And I really enjoyed it. I would say it's like maybe a 3.5 stars. This is a book that has been like all over the place. It's sold like 1 million copies or something like that, something insane. And it's basically about dreams and where dreams come from, the people who create dreams and everything in between. And it's such an interesting concept. It's a very like whimsical story, very like low stakes, and it's just about like the daily lives of the people who like sell dreams and create dreams, and we kind of just find more about this world that the author has created, like her version of where dreams come from, which is really fun. And there is a second book that came out fairly recently. I think I would probably listen to the audiobook if there is one that comes out at some point. Like I said, I did enjoy this, but I think I would definitely go for the audiobook route if I ever get to the second one. Next is Get a Life, Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert. I feel like this is like a YouTube, like booktube classic, this series. I have always wanted to read it but never got down to it. And I found this in a charity shop during the summer, so I thought I would pick it up. I don't actually know much about this story because I feel like it's been a while since I've like heard people talk about it, but I know it's very well loved. I think there is chronic illness mentioned in here, I think. There's like lots of different representation throughout the series, which is amazing. And I heard they're just like very fun, like enjoyable reads. So yeah, I finally got my hands on the first copy. And I really hope I enjoy it because I know a lot of people really love these books. Next we have Make the Season Bright by Ashley Herring Blake. This is Ashley's latest release. This is a Christmas novel and I have already read it again and have enjoyed it. I really love Ashley's work. I've read her Bright Falls trilogy and I love that. All of her books are sapphic. I love the stories, her writing's very engaging. And this is kind of like a second chance romance over two people who were meant to get married and one of them gets left at the altar. So it's like a second chance romance set over Christmas. They're both musicians and it's just a really fun time. So I'd actually really recommend this if you're looking for like a festive read for like this year, even though that is like, what, 11 months away. Yeah, it's still definitely a fun read that I recommend. So we're on the last two books now, hurrah! So second to last book is How Should a Person Be by Sheila Heti, and I got this in Edinburgh last year from the Red Birds bookstore. I really love that bookstore, by the way. It was so fun and a great selection of books. And this is basically kind of like a story, like a coming of age story of being in your 20s, trying to figure life out. And I am a sucker for anything along those lines. I love like figuring your life out, being in your 20s. If there is art involved, which this one does because it has artists, and also our main character is a playwright, that's just up my street. It's screaming my name. And I've never heard anything about this book before. I've never like seen it at all until I discovered it in the bookshop, so I thought I would just pick it up, give it a go and see what I think. And the last book that I have for this haul is The Charm Offensive by Alison Cotran. This is a book, again, that I've been wanting to read for years, like since it came out, because I've heard nothing but good things, and I've read Alison's other book, which is Kiss Her Once for Me. I really love that book, and I absolutely adored this book as well. There is lots of really good representation in here for like mental health, so like anxiety and depression. There's also a sexual rep in here, I think specifically demi rep, obviously gay rep, and there is lots of other representation in this book as well. And I like the premise a lot more than I thought, since it's set in like a reality TV show, which I'd say I don't really watch a lot of reality TV, but I guess I kind of also do at the same time. I just won't admit it. And I think the relationship between Dev and Charlie in this book is really beautiful, really special, and they definitely like connect on a very like deep and personal level, and I just loved it so much. I devoured this book, devoured it, and yeah, I loved it so much. My camera stopped recording, so I don't know where I was up to, but yeah, basically I'm really like grateful that I got this book gifted to me for my birthday, because I absolutely loved it, and it was definitely worth the wait and also worth the hype. So we have finally made it to the end of this video. I think I've done quite well, to be honest with you. I think I only took about half an hour to film this when it could have taken much longer. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I have been meaning to do a haul for like the longest time, and I finally got around to it. So I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I don't think you will be getting another haul from me for a while. Probably not until like late spring or in the summer or something like that. Because I say I need to keep my book buying to a minimum and maybe do a book buying ban, but I have quite a few like manga series copies even coming this way, so you know, there you go. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments down below any of the books on this list that you have read or that you are excited to read. Out of the ones that I haven't read, let me know what you think I should get to, because I have a lot of choice. I have actually been quite good and read quite a few of the books on this list already. So yeah, I am hopefully going to get to all of them soon. It'd be amazing to get to all of them this year, but we all know that's not going to happen. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you have not already. I will leave the links to my social media along my Goodreads in the description down below for you guys if you would like to see more bookish content that you will not find on this channel. But thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you so much, and hopefully I will see you again very soon. Bye guys! And now I have to figure out how to do this thumbnail. Yeah, I don't really know how I'm going to do this, so you know, wish me luck. Oh my god, that is just not gonna work. Oh my god, no. Oh, this is like the point where it's like abandoned ship, you know? Abandoned ship.